Alright, long time no videos, YouTubers. So, you want to jump into one of these trucks? You need a little BugOut bag to go with you on the everyday type of trips. So, I'm going to detail what I put in the bag. Alright, so the deal is, you want a small pack like this when you're out, like, jumping into the Evil Twin and Marty McFly's truck here, and you're heading out into the mountains or the woods, or say you want to jump from one truck and jump into another truck and go cruise off with somebody, whatever the deal is. You want to have a bag that has the basics in it, because you don't want to be bogged down with a huge backpack or something like that. You kind of want something that has just like fire starting basics, a water bottle inside here, some water purification, and flashlight, couple knives, just real simple stuff. So I'm going to detail what I put into these small shoulder bags here, and they're pretty cool, and I'll have a little list showing you everything that's in there. So let's go inside. Okay, so there's a reason I picked this particular brand of shoulder sling bag here. It's a pretty cheap one. It's nothing totally fancy, but the strap on this one is kind of cool. There's a couple things about this. You want a bag that has a strap that is centered like this. There's a bunch of them on Amazon that have like an offset strap, and those are terrible for just quickly throwing over one shoulder and going into a vehicle or something like that. I found this out through, all kinds of trial and error. And also, you want to set the strap to a particular length so that you can put it over one shoulder easily and kind of have it stay put so this thing doesn't flop away from your body. That's a whole matter of preference and all that kind of stuff. Also, the other thing about this particular bag, it has the rear pocket on here, which is supposed to hold like a water bladder or something like that. But this is really well designed for carrying pistols in here. So if you're in a place where you can actually carry a pistol, you can carry various pistols inside here pretty well in this pocket on the back. And that's a main reason for me getting this particular bag. In the back of this one, this fits like anything from a small pistol to a large pistol. Like, so, if you've got something like this, like the big old chunky Walther PPX or something, big old 9mm thing, you can put it in there. You can fit like a large frame Beretta in here, like a Beretta 40 cal. Fits beautifully in there. Now let's look at what's inside this bag. Now there's a couple main pockets on the outside of this thing, and what I kind of concentrate on first is the top pocket and the very front small pocket on here. These are kind of important when you're out running around, doing all kinds of stuff. So if you're out in the dark or whatever, you want to put like a lot of important things in this top one. So we'll kind of go into what's in here. Now, one of the things I choose is, and this works in concert with this outside pocket here, I have a AA headlamp in here. So I usually carry two flashlights. I carry a flashlight in the larger pocket on the bottom, and then I also carry a backup headlamp up in the top, which could turn into your main one. So you want to be able to pull this out and just grab the the headlamp out pretty easily. So now, in the very front slim pocket that's on here, I carry one of these Storacell battery holders, and I use Sanyo Eneloop batteries in here. There's different kinds. You've got the white ones, which are a little bit lower power but can be recharged more times. There's black ones in here. You could also carry Energizer lithiums in here so that they would be ready to go in any kind of weather. So, an AA headlamp or whatever with the nice slim AA batteries that fits in here, that's a pretty good thing to do. You could use a AAA headlamp too, but I kind of hate those. I like this one because it takes one battery. So I've got 4 more batteries for this thing, for a total of 5. And as I take the used batteries out of here, I can pop it in this carrier. Like, see, this carrier shows which ones are charged. You put them tip down, and then you can put the batteries in upside down when you use them, so you know which ones are charged and all that kind of stuff. So that's a great organization feature. Okay, now the next thing I carry in here is very important. Carry a Leatherman tool. So I've got this particular one, which is the 300 series. and it's one of their heavy duty ones. So any Leatherman tool is good, but these are pretty nice right here. They have the really heavy duty pliers, and they got a wire cutter and stuff like that. And you've got a mini saw, and you've got screwdrivers and things like that. And they have the rolled edges on here, so you can really get a serious grip on these things. So Leatherman tools, they're the best. So, you know, find one of your choice. And all these will be in the list down below. So now, the next things that go in this, there's a small pouch up here. So in here I carry some quick fire starting stuff. You got a lighter. I've got one of these fire wicks. This is a homemade one, but I'll show you where to buy one of these. You can eventually make one of these yourself. What this is a piece of cotton broom that's been soaked in paraffin with a aluminum sleeve on here, which you can pull up, stuff like that. And I'll show you how that works in just a second. It's basically like a really long running match that you just light once with the lighter, and then you can use this to play around and keep starting a fire, and this stays lit for quite a good length of time. When you want to snuff it, you just slide down the metal collar on here and it will snuff it out, so you can put it back in the bag eventually. So that's what you got in there. And I really like these too. Like keeping these in here. When you get a fire going out in the woods, instead of fooling around, you want to use one of these little fire bellows. These are really cheap now, and you extend this thing out. It's hollow. You can blow through this, and you can put the air right on the fire where you need it. So this helps out a lot, so you don't have to screw around and stuff like that. And you know, if you're carrying a pack like this, you want a really quick fire. You don't want to have to fool around with you know, any stuff that takes forever. So this is what you want up in this top pocket. You know, basically you want a headlamp, a Leatherman tool, and some fire starting kind of gear. Wick. These fire wicks are made by taking a strand off a cotton mop and warming up some paraffin and dipping this in the liquid paraffin. And once it soaks up enough paraffin, you just pull it out and put this metal collar around it. This is made from a piece of an aluminum arrow. But you can, there are store-bought versions of this with like hemp, you know, threads and stuff like that, which I'll show you later. But anyway, what you want to do is, this helps you conserve your lighter. So you're not sitting here trying to light a fire and you get this lighter burning hot in your hand and all this kind of stuff. So all you do is just kind of light this, kind of like a candle wick. See, now you can just put the lighter away, and you can hold this over a fire, you know, just screwing around for as long as you want. You can also control the amount of flame by choking it down a little bit like that. So you just use this thing to start your fire for as long as it takes. And you don't have to sit here holding this on a pile of leaves, you know, letting this thing burn away. Now when you want to put this out, you just move the collar down like that, and it snuffs it out. See? And then just put it back in the pack whenever it's finally cooled off. I carry a high-powered Phoenix flashlight here, Phoenix LED flashlight. This is a PD35. These are bulletproof. This is a great flashlight. It takes a very large 18650 battery in this thing. There's a couple different models. You can get ones with a newer, larger battery in them. You know, it's got the old tail switch on it. You know, the power level button on the side. You know, there are a couple different ones, but Phoenix brand is fantastic right here, and I'll have a link to this one. I also carry the pouch that came with it in here, and I use this as a spare battery holder for this light, and I have them on both sides of the pocket in here, so it fits. So now, what I have in here, you have to put your finger in the bottom of this, use it to shove these items up in here, and in the original Phoenix flashlight body, I got a red filter for it, made by Phoenix. I've got the dome diffuser that you can clip on, so you can use this as room lighting, you know, or hang it from the inside of a tent, or hang it from a tree or something like that. And then I carry another large 3400 18650 battery by Phoenix in here too. So I will link all of this stuff here. That's a perfect way to carry the battery, you know, safely in here with the accessories. you know, I just use this pouch because I don't normally like attach this to a belt or the outside of this thing because I don't want to lose a $100 flashlight, you know. So now in here, the next items, in here I carry a extra pistol mag. So, you know, just have one in the center of the pouch because you don't need that many if you're just jumping out in the truck. Then I also carry a ferro rod for starting a fire. And very important, in this pack, I always carry 3 knives. I carry the one that's on the Leatherman tool. I carry a spare folding knife inside here, especially like a nice slim, large one like this cold steel. And then I carry a large fixed blade knife up in the main pocket. So you always want to have a second folding lock blade knife of some type in here. I mean, this is a pretty big, ridiculous cold steel Bushmaster here that's all stainless steel, and you know, it basically acts as a fixed blade knife, you know, but it's your choice as to what to carry in here. I like this one because it's really nice and slim and fits in the pocket. It's completely indestructible, you know, acts kind of like a fixed blade knife with the lock in here, you know, really reliable. So that's the contents of this pocket right here. In the main part of the pack, this is what I've got in here. I've got, you know, your basic hunting ski mask there, whatever you want to call it, because you might need one of those. Might be cold out. And this pack fits a couple key things in the back here. I fit an entire 40-ounce water bottle, a clean canteen water bottle in here. A bunch of other stuff on the other side that's kind of equal thickness. I've got a knife in the back here, and I've got the water purifier set up, which I'll show you in just a second. So anyway, I like these bottles. They're pretty cool, pretty good size, 40 ounce. Now down on this side, I always carry a roll of 550 cord, really good 550 cord, because you might need that for something. And also, I always carry a set of small gloves in here. So these are the Maxi Flex by ATG. These are really nice. Real high quality, thin work style gloves. You can also go to Home Depot or something. You can get Milwaukee brand gloves or whatever, like just thin, light work gloves. They're always good to have in here. So now inside here, there's a back pocket with a little bit of Velcro on it. So I wound up carrying, I've got a little Mora in here, a stainless steel Mora in here. Just one of the $17 ones, and they come in all different colors. You can get a black one like this. You can get a pink one, you know, whatever you like. And they fit perfect in this back pocket in here. So those are pretty cool. The other thing too you could carry in here also is something like this Mora, which is a Mora neck knife. So, you know, it's your preference as to what you stick in here, but this is one of the little the stubby Moras right here. I think it's called I forget what this one's called. But anyway, it's the little stubby fixed blade, so it's always good to have a fixed blade that's not going to break on you in this back pocket. So there you go. It's your choice. Now we talk about the water purifier setup. Now, what I always bring with me is one of these larger Sawyer water purifiers right here, the kind that can screw on top of a plastic bottle. And I picked the larger ones. These are available at Walmart or at Amazon. I picked the larger one because they're a lot easier to draw water through than the smaller Sawyers. So it's well worth carrying one of these larger types on here. And these last for like 1 million gallons, supposedly, I think. And all they are is they're a hollow fiber filter. So you got to put really clean water going into them so they don't choke on that. They don't filter chemicals or anything, but they'll filter out any biological stuff that you have to worry about, you know. So that's a pretty cool thing. Now, it comes with a piece that screws on here with a tube coming off. So if you needed to, like, you could probably suck out of like a little stream or something like that, you know, or a little puddle of water. It's a little difficult to do that, but it will work for that. So the other thing is you can go like this. They come with a water bag. Sawyer comes with this squeeze pouch that comes in here, and these are pretty good for disinfecting these too, because you can put like a little spoon of chlorine in this, and then you squeeze the bag and force it through the filter. So I keep this one at home for when I want to disinfect this unit right here. But I get these right here. These are an Evernew brand from Japan, and people have said these are very tough water bags. So this is actually a very large one too. So made in Japan. This is like a 2 liter, so you can carry quite a bit of water in here. Also, what you can do is you can fill this. You could use this as your dirty water bag if you wanted to, if you're carrying a water bottle like this to just drink out of. So you would fill this 2 liter bag of water right here. You know, and this clear bag allows you to see just how dirty the water is going into the filter. So you just thread this on here, and there's holes that can be punched in here, so you could hang this from a tree, and this will actually gravity feed out into your water bottle if you want. Or you can squeeze this big bag, you know, in any way, shape, or you know what you need to do to get the water out of this thing. So this is actually a really good quick water setup for if you know you're just on the run in your truck and running around. Okay, and then this final pocket in here, this is just a small pocket for like keys, money, you know, like a wallet or something like that, you know, where you don't want to lose stuff on the inside of this. So basically, if you look at all the things on the table here, here's your 3 pockets that go into this bag, all the items that fit in there perfectly. And that is the way to go with the smallest of packs. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to list all these items down below in the info section. I'll have an Amazon link there with my small Amazon store where you can see all these different items listed, you know, in case you think they're cool. Also, you can find most of these items at like a Walmart too. You could go really budget on this bag and just, you know, adapt each of the items to your basic needs. But these are, I think, the critical items that need to go in a very small bag like this when you're out 4-wheel driving in the woods. So, hope this video was informative, and I will catch you guys on the next video.